Jimmy Haslam, you need to recognize something. You got played like a fiddle. Your GM got played like a fiddle. And let me tell you what I would have done for you in this situation so you would have came out on top. Number one, first thing I would have done is sat Josh Gordon down and said, listen, you're going to play the next couple games. You're going to try to put up big numbers so we can trade you to a team of your liking. That's what I tell him. So we think we're doing him a favor, this and that. He put up big numbers. We could drive the price up. Number two, what I wanted to do, personally, I would have said, Josh Gordon, guess what? You're on the roster, but you're not going to dress. You're going to sit on the sidelines like a little bitch. If you don't want to sit on the sidelines in street clothes, then guess what? You'll be fined the fucking game check, whatever it is, and he'll be in debt. And you know Josh Gordon needs money. So he would have had no choice but to adhere to my rules and to join the program. But what your boy did, John Dorsey, the guy you hired, he gave away essentially Josh Gordon because Josh Gordon wanted out of there. He found a way to manipulate John Dorsey into getting rid of him. He gave him away for nothing. He should have been able to maximize his value. But you never, ever let a guy like Josh Gordon dictate where he goes. And John Dorsey got played like a fiddle. I, number one, would have got a lot more for him because I would have made him maximize his talent for 2 or 3 games and traded him. Or number two, I would have made him sit on that sideline in street clothes, not active. And if he didn't do that, I'd fine him game checks. That's what I would have done. I would have done that. And also, I would have fired Hugh Jackson against your wishes. I would have fired him. There is no reason to keep a coach that is 1-31. Now, you have 2 games you played, and with a normal coach, that team would be 2-0 right now. The games wouldn't even be close because Baker GX Mayfield would have been starting. That's what I would have done. Okay? So now you have a GM right now that lets you talk him into keeping Hugh Jackson, I assume, because I don't think anybody in their right mind would have kept a coach with a 1-31 record. When's it going to end? When is this guy ever going to win a fucking game? You had 2 games. You should be 2-0 right now. 2-0. But Hugh is that bad of a coach. The players don't respond to him. And now Josh Gordon has set a precedent in Cleveland. If you don't want to play here, just act up. They'll get rid of you. They did the Corey Coleman and Josh Gordon. Now, I don't think Jarvis Landry will do something like that because Jarvis Landry isn't a loser. Josh Gordon is a loser. Corey Coleman is a loser. But those 2 losers got their way out of Cleveland. I think John Dorsey needs to be fired for this offense. He did you wrong. And I think you really need to push the button on firing Hugh Jackson. Win or lose Thursday night, he needs to be fired because, let's call a spade a spade, this guy is a joke. Todd Haley hit it right on the nail. You need to get mentally tougher and you need discipline. And right now, what I see in Hugh Jackson is a fucking court jester. That's all he is. He's a fucking jester. You need to fire him and just let's move on to Baker Mayfield. Because what Mayfield will bring you, those 2 games we played against the Steelers and the Saints, we would have won going away. That's a fact. It's not fiction. It's a fact. The more the more Baker Mayfield plays, the better he's going to get. And come playoff time. Now, let me ask you something, Jimmy. Because I believe this team can make a deep run. I really do with Baker GX Mayfield. What if we play the Patriots in the AFC title game and we get a lineup against Josh Gordon? I have confidence, but why should we have to? See what I'm saying? You essentially gave him away. And John Dorsey's going to say, well, we got a 5th round pick. Who gives a flying fuck? I would have took a 3rd round pick in the NFC. Or not a 3rd round pick. I would have took a 7th. Yeah, obviously a 3rd round pick. I would have took a 7th round pick in the NFC. Number one, you gave him away. You should have went lower, whatever. You should have took the worst pick in the NFC. Keep him out of the AFC. But I think John Dorsey thinks Josh Gordon's going to fuck up again. I kind of think Josh Gordon may, and I may not. I don't know. But the bottom line is he dictated John Dorsey's, put him on strings, and then spanked him. Buddy boy. John Dorsey. Oh, by the way, everyone wants to rip on Sashi Brown, but let's call a spade. Larry Ogunjobi. Sashi Brown may not have drafted a quarterback, but I'm going to tell you something. He got some good players. Hey, who would have drafted Larry Ogunjobi? That guy's a fucking beast. He's a fucking better, more polished, more powerful version of Geno Fatkins. So, let's not rip Sashi Brown. He did what he was told to do. He didn't draft a quarterback. I don't know why, but I really don't care right now because we got Baker GX Mayfield, and I believe Baker GX Mayfield will be a fucking stellar beast in this league. But we got to play him. Now, you say you want to sit him. What are you going to learn? Well, there's a difference between sitting behind Alex Smith and sitting behind Tyrod Taylor. What is Baker GX Mayfield going to learn sitting behind Tyrod Taylor? One read, run. Is that what you want Baker to do? One read and run? There's absolutely nothing he can do sitting behind Tyrod Taylor. He can't learn a thing from him. Nothing. I seen a play where Tyrod Taylor, instead of escaping the pocket, he ran backwards and he lost like 10 yards. He's just not a quarterback. I recognize that. And I have to look at this team right now defensively. They're for real. They're one of the better defensive units in the National Football League. And if they had an offense that can keep them off the field every fucking 2 minutes, they'd be a lot better and a lot fresher. So, what I want you to do is fire John Dorsey. I will come work for the Cleveland Browns on a year-to-year basis. I don't care. But I will take a $1 million salary a year for the first year. And after you see my work, what I can accumulate, what I can accomplish, I will command more. But at this juncture, I think it's very pertinent and prudent that we fire John Dorsey because John Dorsey's a joke. So keep that in mind, Jimmy. If you want to fire Dorsey, you're worried about getting another GM, I'm here. My credentials lead is one of the greatest linebackers ever in high school. Didn't play college because I had a drug conviction, but that's beyond me. I will bring you toughness. My first order of business firing fucking Hugh Jackson. Todd Haley's the new coach. Kitchen to take over play call duties. Kitchen, whatever his name is. Todd Haley's boy. And I will build you a fucking physical, fast, ruthless team that has discipline. I believe Todd DX Haley, will be able to manage it. And it needs to be done because Jimmy, this keeping of Hugh Jackson. If it was your idea, if John Dorsey, I would have never have agreed to come here if he had to keep Hugh Jackson. 1-31. I mean, really, one win in 30. You know how hard it is to win one game and lose 30? It's almost impossible. It's impossible. So, Jimmy, the ball's in your court right now. Keep in mind, you fired Dorsey, you're going to have to pay him. But instead of paying a new GM like $5-6 million a year, you're going to pay me $1 million a year. You're going to save money, bargain basement hunter. And my knowledge of football is outstanding. I call everything like it is, and I'm right 99.9% of the times. Sleep on it, Jimmy.